Good evening, happy Halloween. Well, it's Friday the 13th of November. It's not Friday, it's Monday the 13th. That's how with it I am. I'm going to level with you. I wasn't going to do this video. Well, I was. I mean, I had pumpkin carved and everything. But it got rotten, I had to chuck it out. I drew a map. But there we go. That's all the progress we've made in the past 3 years. I can show you. Oh, man. No, there's the Balthus room where we fought the zombie. The Diabolus room where I died the first year. Headless Ghost frightened us to death. There's the cupboard where I drank the poison, died the second year. There's the hallway with the trapdoor that goes down into the basement. And there's the prison. Oh, it wasn't the prison, the torture chamber, where he died in a cage on the third year. So anyways, I'm sat there on Halloween with my map and my character sheet and everything. And I recorded an intro, and it was rubbish. I mean, it was really rubbish, worse than this. I was going to try it the next day, but then my pumpkin rotted and I chucked it out, and I just sort of lost motivation for it, and I was like, do you know what, who cares? Who cares about any of this? And I was just going to knock the series on the head. And not just, frankly, I was ready to just chuck the whole channel and just be like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Like, I've done it for a few years now, whatever, you know. But then, about 20 minutes ago, I got a notification through on my iPad of someone leaving a comment, Mr. Naughty Cat, you didn't play it this year, what? And that was enough for me. I just looked at that comment and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. And that's it. So that one comment is the reason why this video exists right now. So blame Mr. Naughty Cat if you're upset with him. So here we go. 2017, fourth attempt, House of Hell. Right. So, you know the drill by now. Car crash, haunted house. Here we go. I'm going to skip the intro because I've done it a few times now and go straight to the part where we're inside the house in the hallway that has the 3 paintings, because there's one painting I haven't examined yet. I'm going to go straight to examining that painting and start with the new passage. First things first though, let's get the character all rolled up. I've got 2 dice here. Right, skill, which is like fighting ability. 1d6 plus 6. 5, not bad. So that gives us a skill of 11, although we start the game unarmed, which means we have an initial skill of 8. Stamina, 2d6 plus 12. 1 and a 5, 6, so that's not bad, 18. Luck, 1d6 plus 6. 4, 10, not bad. And finally, fear, 1d6 plus 6, again. 2, that's not great. Okay, so we've got a max fear of 8. Might end up being frightened to death this year. Alright, let's get straight into it. The House of Hell 2017. Here we go. Right, so I almost, that was, by the way, my little bookmark then. Was my ticket stub. I went to the pictures with my brother to see Thor Ragnarok for the 2nd time. Nice. But when I chucked it, I noticed it just sort of like fluttered over the candle. Imagine that, imagine it caught fire and then just set my entire desk on fire. Would have made for a good YouTube video, wouldn't it? Right, 250. Oh good, there's a picture as well to show you. I always like it when that. So that's the painting of the woman that we're looking at now. Excellent. In the lobby, inside Count whatever his face is house. Forgot the name of all the characters. You step up to a portrait, the Duchess of Brewster, 1777 to 1845, work her age out, can't be bothered. She looks like a stern old woman with an icy stare, a lady of the nobility, no mistake, but as you stare, her image starts to shimmer. You blink and try to look away, but you cannot. Within the shimmering face, you can see small movements, and your jaw drops as the portrait's eyes turn towards you. Add 1 fear point for the fright. Bastard. So already, we're at 1 fear. That's no good. Drop me pencil. I've dropped my pencil. This is so good, isn't it? No wonder my channel has 1 billion subscribers. Content is this good. Right. The woman's lips start to move and you hear a voice saying, "Stranger, you have innocently stumbled into a cursed place." Should do an old woman voice tonight. "What that I could bid you escape, but alas you cannot." That's how all English people sound to Americans, by the way. Hello. There is evil and suffering within these walls, and you may only escape by destroying it, Governor. But that is almost impossible. I can tell you this, though. You have an ally close by who may be able to help, Corblimey. This man is dressed in a grey robe. If you can find him, you may together free this house from the evil that controls it. With these words, the shimmering stops. You rub your eyes and look again. The painting is still. Oh yeah, the painting is still. Turn to 277. So that's not bad. So we're looking for a guy in a grey robe who can help us. That's new information. 277. Have you noticed the light, by the way? The extra light that's lighting up my face. I bought a torch because I had one the first year. I don't know what happened to it. So I bought a new one. It's the brightest thing I've ever... Look at that. Just obliterates my face. Look! Pointless. So I just put it on the floor there. I get a bit of extra lighting when I lean in for dice rolls and stuff. It's good, isn't it? I'm glad I took the time to explain. Right. Lord Kelnor. That's his name, isn't it? Right, good. Footsteps. Someone is coming. Footsteps. Footsteps. Young Frankenstein. The tall man you met earlier walks in. I've seen spots in my eyes from shining the torch in my face. Opening the door for another tall man dressed in a purple smoking jacket. May I present Lord Kelnor, the Earl of Drummer, blah blah blah. We've done all this before. I can see that you have been caught in this filthy storm, blah blah blah. Let us sit by the fire. His butler's called Franklin's. Yeah. And he gives us a glass of brandy. Will you relax and drink the brandy? And ask if you can use the telephone, or will you wait and see what he asks you? I'm going to relax and drink the brandy. I don't think there's anything wrong with the brandy. 394. Yeah, go. No, don't let go now. We're love. There's a bit of Journey there. Got all the lyrics wrong. There's Meatloaf's first year's Journey this year. The fire and the brandy warm you, and you begin to feel more relaxed. You may deduct 1 fear point. Excellent. We'll get rid of that fear point we have from looking at a painting. Nice. Scares easy out, guy. Moving paintings. Mind you, a moving painting would probably freak me out. I would assume that I'd been on some kind of drug trip or something, or like, I don't do drugs. If I was drinking from a bottle at that point, if I saw a picture moving, I'd like throw it over my shoulder. Oh, sugar. Yeah, there we go. I lost the number because I was going on a stupid, pointless tangent. Here we go, 394. The fire and the brandy warm you and begin to feel more relaxed. You may deduct 1 fear point if you haven't it. Excellent. You explain to the Earl what happened on the road and that you would like to use his telephone to call for the local garage. I'm afraid our telephone line came down tonight in the storm, he replies. Oh, do you know what that was? Emperor Palpatine, the line was, I'm afraid. Quite operational when your friends arrive. That's as close as I can get. Who does it sound like? That sounds like someone else. We will have it repaired. It's Fingy from You Dirty Old Man. It's like a stepson or something. We will have it repaired tomorrow morning in any case. The garage would not come out here at this hour, but don't worry. You are perfectly welcome to spend the night here. I am glad of the company. That's how Kelnor talks now. Tomorrow Franklin's will take you into town. Ah, here is Franklin's now. The butler comes back to announce that a meal is ready. You both rise and go into the dining room. Turn to 309. Excellent. 309. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. Here we go. The dining room looks magnificent. A long table stretches down between 2 fine chairs and is laid with gleaming silvery cutlery. Silvery cutlery. I don't know the way that sounds. A rich red wallpaper. I don't mean like it's ominous. I just think just the sound of those 2 words together. Silvery cutlery. No. A rich red wallpaper. It's full of alliteration. Covers the walls, and the room is lit by a sparkling chandelier. Red wallpaper. Now we're supposed to get into the dining room, I believe. It's the only place we can kill Kelnor, but we need the Chris knife first. It's all information we found out in previous playthroughs. Bristling with chandeliers, which hangs from the ceiling. You take your seat and the butler moves behind you to offer you wine. Will you take the white wine or the red? White wine is poisonous. We'll take the red. 395. That's too close to sing a Journey song. 395. Okay. The wine is impeccable. A fine vintage. Soup follows, and then you may choose from either lamb or duck. Tried lamb. I'm sure we had duck last year. 196. You made me weep. Ooh, I'm gonna cry. Just when. Do-do-do-do. Here we go. A rack of lamb is brought in on a silver platter. The smell is delicious. You both start to eat and talk. The Earl asks you about your job and your reason for being in such an out-of-the-way place in the middle of the night. Hey, we might find out because we've no idea. Oh yeah, by the way, we're travelling to an appointment when the car crashes. I don't know what that is. Maybe we'll find out now. In turn, he tells you about himself and his family. Turn to 28. Maybe not. Try to think. Here we stand, worlds apart, hearts broken in two. Would you prefer I didn't do that? Tough luck. The Earl of Drummer is the last survivor of his family. His estate stretches for miles around the house. At one time the estate was prosperous, with many tenant farmers, David Tennant, cultivating his land and providing a healthy income for his family. That's the level of my comment, just saying a thing. Tennant, David Tennant. Did you like him in Jessica Jones? I did. Apparently he's going to be back for the next one. Not sure how that is. Maybe he'll just be like inside Jessica's head. But things started to change. His sister died at the age of 32 under mysterious circumstances. She was found dead in a clearing in the woods, grim, with strange marks on her neck. News travelled fast and the ignorant peasants started muttering about witchcraft. Not really ignorant, is it? Start questioning why a woman turned up dead with strange marks around her neck. I wouldn't call that ignorant, unless you put it down to witchcraft. But this is a world where witchcraft exists, so I don't know. And black magic in their eyes. The house was cursed. Pure superstitious nonsense, of course, but gradually the farmers moved to new pastures, avoiding the estate. But now you've finished your meals. Franklin returns to offer you fruit, cheese, coffee and brandy. Will you take... God, oh, this happened last time, didn't it? Fruit, coffee and brandy, cheese, coffee and brandy. Just cheese and coffee. I'll go for fruit, coffee and brandy because I like the sound of it. 2, 2, 4. Couldn't think of a Journey song in time. Franklin brings them to you, and you finish off your meal. Well, my friend, says the Earl, you must now be quite tired. It is well past midnight. Franklin's will show you to your room. You thank him and follow the butler out of the strange dining room. This way, if you please, he says. I forgot to do the Earl's voice. Go on. Come on. Well, my friend, the Earl says, you must be now quite tired. It is well past midnight. Franklin's will show you to your room. That's how he sounds. You thank him and follow the butler out of his dining room. This way, if you please, he says, as he leads you up to a magnificent wide staircase with carved wooden banisters. A landing at the top leads to various different rooms, each with a name plaque on the door. He takes you to one which reads, Erasmus Room. Might have been there before. And opens the door, wishing you a good night's sleep. Turn to 5. Right, so this, I believe, is the first time we've successfully negotiated the dinner without getting poisoned or knocked out or whatever. Usually what happens is we get battered and wake up in the Mephisto room where we have to launch an escape, whereas now he's taken us to the Erasmus room. Jeez. That's not on my map, jeez. Nah. Right, I don't really know where the Erasmus room is, unless it's this one here. It's a locked door. I don't know, man. Let's find out. Turn to 5. No, it's gone. I really like Journey as well, but it turns out I only know like 3 or 4 songs of theirs. I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to look stupid. Right. The bedroom has been prepared for you. The room is not large, but a huge mirror appears to double its size. Crisp white sheets have been folded back on the bed, and a warm fire burns in the fireplace. The door closes as the butler leaves the room, and you walk over to the fire. Your situation is a little worrying. If you don't get going quickly, you will never make your appointment, whatever that is. But if it is true that there is no phone you can use, what else can you do? Maybe you should just hang your wet clothes in front of the fire and climb into bed, or would you rather leave the room? I'm going to leave the room because one year I got into a bed, the bed tried to kill me. So I'm going to leave the room, turn to 59. Oh, do I? Oh, I've got to find out what happens. Alright, turn to 23. I'm such an idiot. This series is going to go forever if I don't give up again next year. The bed is warm and comfortable and you soon drift off to sleep. Strange and disturbing thoughts drift through your mind and you wake suddenly in a cold sweat. A noise has disturbed you and you realise that it was the sound of the door closing. You look around the room and notice a glass containing a clear liquid by the side of your bed. Someone has brought you a bedtime drink. You spring out of bed and try the door, but it's locked. Do you wish to swallow the drink that has been brought for you? Or will you try and break down the door? Turn to 128. Break down the door. Should have left when I had the chance, never mind. 128. See the look of concentration on my face. I'm trying to remember Journey songs. I'm not doing Any Way You Want It. God. You take a shot. I love that song, but I just can't sing it. You can't sing any of the songs about. You take a shot. You take a short-running charge at the door. It shudders, and the noise reverberates through the house. But the lock holds firm, and you bounce off, clutching your arm. Deduct 2 stamina points for your stupidity. Right, down to 16 stamina points. If you wish to try charging again, turn to 106. If you feel the door is too strong and you are unlikely to break it down, turn to 158. 158. We're not going to break it down, are we? Let's break this down. Beastman versus Skeleton. You can hear slow footsteps approaching your room. They stop outside the room and a key rattles. As it unlocks the door, you must quickly decide whether to jump into bed and pretend to be asleep, or hide behind the door to surprise whoever is about to come in. Hide behind the door, 373. Here we go. This is all new, this is fantastic. Oh, you say that, Mark. It's actually really boring. The door opens slowly and a man shuffles into the room carrying a glass containing a clear liquid. He appears to be bent double and his movements are slow. As he gets near the bed, you realise he will soon notice that you are not there. Do you want to nip out of the room quickly and lock the door behind you, or will you leap on the man and attack him? And there's a picture of the man here. Let's nip out of the room quickly, lock the door behind us, because we're smooth. Didn't know I could do that, did you? Tell your friends about me. You are on a landing overlooking the entrance hall. Right, that's it, just no incident there. To your right, the passageway ends at a door. Alright, let's figure this out now. To the left, the landing turns right past a couple of doors. I have no idea where we are. You're on a landing overlooking the entrance hall. To your right, the passageway ends at a door. So if we're there, that makes sense with the Apollyon room. To the left, the landing turns right past a couple of doors. Do you wish to turn right, or would you prefer to follow the landing round to the left? 5, 7. Let's turn right, see if we can get our bearings. 332. That's quite close. At the end of the corridor ahead of you is a stout wooden door. While you are considering whether or not to try this room and noise behind you startles you, you spin around only to find the wind is rustling wall hangings and there is nothing to be afraid of. You turn back and are amazed to find a faint white figure has appeared in front of you. I've done this before. It's the Ghost Lady. This apparition is a young woman in her early 20s, blah blah blah. She is dressed in a white bridal dress. Thank God I have found you, she says. Come, let us go into this room. Will you follow her into the room, or do you suspect a trap and would you rather turn back to 279? Whichever you choose, you must add 1 fear point for your encounter. Yeah, so we were... Bring it into shot, for God's sake. We were here, in this locked room here, so that's the Erasmus room. No problem. And we're just about to head into the Apollyon room with the dogs. At least I think we are, anyways. Can't remember. I think all that happens is she gives us some information which we know already, so we'll skip that, we'll turn around. Now we know our bearings. Do you suspect a trap? Would rather turn back, 279. Yeah, go on, 279. Yeah, we'll not bother you again, Ghost Lady. We know you get eaten by dogs anyway, we'll not put you through that again. 27. I've really abandoned the journey thing, haven't I? I've exhausted all my journey, so I'm going to open up iTunes, can I, and have a quick look. In fact, I'm going to do that. Let's have a quick look. And in iTunes, artists. I could look at all my other artists, a bit of ABC, Bob Dylan. Oh, Chicago, Daft Punk, The Delphonics, Electric Six. We're getting down the alphabet now. Here we go, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Jerry Rafferty. He sang Baker Street. So.
And a one!